Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I want to talk more about heavyweight boxing talk here on TSS. Came across an interesting article on boxingnews24.com, so, big shout out to them, people over there at boxingnews24.com. Basically, the title of the article was Anthony Joshua. Is Anthony Joshua turning into Wladimir Klitschko 2.0? Now, it is worth noting, if you guys didn't know, that Anthony Joshua, leading up to this fight with Joseph Parker, he did do a lot of consulting with Wladimir Klitschko. When I had a chance to read this article and I thought about when Joshua fought Parker, how he fought Parker, the manner in which he fought Parker, the kind of opponent Parker was to Joshua, it was kind of, I don't want to say he was Klitschko-esque, but yeah, it was kind of Klitschko-esque, and not, it got the W, so we give him credit for that, but maybe not in the best of ways, but because it wasn't the most exciting fight. But here's what the person in this article said. He saw similar and things that he learned from Wladimir. He said jabbing frequently, heavily, and that's what he was doing. He was popping that jab out a lot more, and there seemed to be a bigger commitment, a bigger focus on the jab. You didn't see him throwing as many right hands in this fight. He did say footwork. As far as footwork goes, I think he was a bit cement-footed. He did a good job of being in the right position to land his jabs, so I give him credit for that, but I don't think he had the best footwork in the world. But, credit to him there. Clinching. Joshua used more clinching against Parker than he'd ever done before. This is a fact. He was doing a lot of clinching, a lot of holding, and he pretty much employed the jab grab style that took Wladimir Klitschko on one of the longest heavyweight title runs of all time, really. Holding the left arm out in front of him while retreating. Now, he was doing a lot of that. When Parker began to kind of press the action and come forward, you saw Joshua using the left hand, just kind of keeping the distance and using that to retreat, using that to keep Parker at bay so he could retreat and get to where he wanted to go. So that's kind of the Wladimir thing he took into consideration. And then also left hooks. Joshua threw a left hook against Parker. That was another one of Wladimir's weapons. So this fight was very much Wladimir Klitschko-esque, I would say. He fought, and mind you, he fought a smaller opponent. So, we all know that for the majority of Vlad's run, he fought mostly small guys, smaller guys. And that's what we had here against in this particular fight. So, is he becoming the next Wladimir Klitschko? I would say if he is becoming any form of Wladimir Klitschko, and this is no disrespect to Joshua, it's more of a credit to Klitschko. If he is becoming more of a Wladimir Klitschko type of a fighter, then, he's becoming like the fake Gucci handbag version of Wladimir Klitschko, because there's just some things that he don't have that Wladimir Klitschko had. Like Wladimir Klitschko's jab was much more textbook. Wladimir Klitschko's, I would say he had better hand speed when he let his hands go. His punches got from point A to point B a lot faster than Anthony Joshua's did. And I would say just Vlad has more natural athleticism, better mobility, better hand-eye coordination. So if he is going to try to employ that style moving forward, he could become like a decent version of a Wladimir Klitschko. But it'll be a knockoff version, If you guys know, if you ever grew up in a low income area or used to buy sneakers, you have your actual Jordans you get from the store, and then you had your fake Jordans you buy at the corner store. And no disrespect to Anthony Joshua, but he just don't have some of the attributes Wladimir Klitschko has. So he's your fake Jordans you get at the corner store. You see what I'm saying? So, moving forward, is he going to be this way against Deontay Wilder? I mean, I don't know. Like, if he fights Deontay Wilder, I do think his fight against him will be very, much jab focused. He's going to be very focused on the jab when he fights Deontay Wilder. And it may even be a bit of a snooze fest at times, but I think it's not a bad thing to want to learn and pick up things from Wladimir Klitschko, because let's face it, we all know that Anthony Joshua, as he's admitted to himself, he's very and that's the crazy thing. He has all these belts and he's got all these quality wins, but he's still very much a fighter who needs seasoning, and very much a fighter who is in learning. And so, he's pretty much he's pretty much a unified champion, a prospect who just happens to be a unified champion. That's what Anthony Joshua is, because you can definitely see he's nowhere close to a finished article as a fighter. And the same would even go. The same can be said for Joseph Parker. And that's the crazy thing about the heavyweight division. I would say, outside of maybe Wilder, of the guys who are champions or who have other titles, Parker and Joshua are not even finished articles, and they managed to just come across titles. And in Joshua's case, pretty much 75% of the titles. So that's a scary thing. If Joshua can kind of learn how to set up the right hand with the jab better, and not become so cement-footed as he has in his last couple of fights, I think he'll be in for a great chance to beat Wilder. That's been my one big gripe about him from the Parker fight. For one, well, actually, like there's that, and the fact that he's very predictable on the inside. So I like to see him vary his attack on the inside, and kind of maybe double up on that jab to set up the right. But I think Anthony Joshua has the right mentality. He's approaching boxing with the right mentality, and I think mentally he's in the right place. He said it himself in his post-fight interview. He said, a decent jab can take you around the block, but a great jab can take you around the world, and that is so true. A great jab is the difference between a good fighter and a great fighter, and the sharper, more educated, and precise that jab comes, the better Anthony Joshua has a chance of becoming not just a good champion, but an undisputed champion, and even more importantly, a dominant undisputed champion. We'll be looking forward to seeing how he develops as a fighter, because it did seem that whenever he talked to Wladimir Klitschko about, he began to kind of implore or kind of just like adopt some of those same style traits that Klitschko had in there when he fought, smaller, mobile opponents like Joseph Parker. So that's my video. Anthony Joshua becoming the 2.0 version of Wladimir Klitschko. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you guys kind of see Anthony Joshua evolve to that kind of a fighter, or was it just a one-time where he was fighting a Joseph Parker and it's different on a fight-by-fight basis? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Take time to subscribe. And like I said, every gosh darn video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just kidding from Dang It. And that's Dang It in South Florida, if you didn't know. So if you didn't know, get your damn geography up, and just learn. All right. So until next time, take care, guys.